So why give up your weekend to come to a Holy Spirit event? It's a fair question. It's a question I would ask. You know, we got lots of things going on, a lot of busyness. Why would you give up your free time to come to something like this? I want to tell you two stories, and then I'll share with you why I'm sharing them afterwards. So, first story is about a fellow from my previous church who was diagnosed with leukemia. A bunch of us church leaders had gathered together for a meeting. And before the meeting started, he wanted to share with us something. And so we gave him the opportunity to do so, and he shared with us that he had just been diagnosed with leukemia. And I remember thinking to myself the whole time that he was talking that we really needed to stop, and we just needed to spend some time praying for him, laying hands on him, and praying for him. But I didn't respond to the Spirit. I thought, well, we have a meeting to get done, and we'll certainly pray at the end of the meeting for him, and so we didn't do it. And a couple of weeks later, I remember that his wife came to me, and we had never talked about this before, but his wife came to me and mentioned that they were a little bit disappointed that we didn't actually just stop and spend some time praying for him right at that moment. And I remember feeling so convicted that I didn't want that to happen again. That I never wanted to resist the proddings of the Spirit to bless somebody in that way through prayer. That I wanted to be so in tune with the Spirit that I would take those moments and reach out and bless people. And so I thought to myself, well, how do I become more attentive to God's voice in my life in that way? And of course, one of the ways you can do that is by learning more about the Holy Spirit. Who is the Spirit? What does He do? And how can I be filled with the Spirit so that I can be more in tune with Him and how He wants to use me to bless others? The second story just happened just last week. I was writing a sermon on joy. Our next series at the church will be on the fruit of the Spirit. And so I was writing a sermon on joy. And in the sermon, I described two different days. Both have the same content, like there's challenges and difficulties during the day. But the person in day one handles it with a sense of positivity, and they're able to look at the greater blessings that God gives them. And so they go through the day in a much more positive way. Second person goes through the day in a much more negative way, always looking at the things that aren't right, that aren't going well, that they're frustrated with, and as a result that they're really down. And as I was writing it, I just felt this tremendous conviction that I'm much more like that person in the second day, that negative side, than I really want to admit. I can have a tendency to really focus on things that don't work well, the challenges in my life. And as a result of the Spirit's conviction and that sermon I was working on, I was able to, or am able to, put some things in place in my life to develop and grow my gratitude, and thereby give the Spirit the opportunity to grow joy in my life. Now, joy is just one of the fruits of the Spirit. There's lots: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. And so if you look at your life and you say, any one of those that I'm lacking, that I'm not experiencing, and I want to experience more, you start asking yourself, well, how do I do that? Well, it begins with an event like the Holy Spirit Weekend. Learning to understand who the Spirit is, and what does He do, and how can I be filled with Him so that He can work those gifts and those fruits in my life. And so I just want to encourage you to come out. There's going to be inspiring worship to start the day. We're going to be hearing from some great speakers. So John Polnow will be starting with who is the Holy Spirit. Marcel Kuiper will be talking to us about what does the Holy Spirit do. And then I'm going to wrap things up on Sunday morning with how can I be filled with the Holy Spirit. So on Saturday, there'll be small group time, opportunity for you to wrestle with and ask questions, and also free time just to relax and enjoy and connect with others. Then I just want to encourage you to come to the Holy Spirit Weekend. That's where it starts. And so go to our church website, go all the way down to the bottom, scroll to the events, and then click on the Holy Spirit Weekend banner, and you'll be able to sign up there. So we hope to see many of you. That's this Saturday and Sunday, starting from 9 till 2 on Saturday, and then Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. So we hope to see you all there.